What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we are checking out the Borla Climber S-Type catback exhaust system fitting all 2018 and newer 2.0 liter 4-door JL Wranglers. Now this exhaust will be a great choice to consider for your JL if you've noticed that your factory system has gotten pretty beat up or been in the way when taking your JL off-road, and you also want to add a bit of personality to the 2.0. Being the mid-tier choice as far as volume is concerned out of Borla's muffler lineup, this is going to add a good amount of volume to hear the exhaust when you get on it, especially from the exterior of the JL without any drone on the interior. Now with that being said, this will get a 3 out of 5 on the loudness meter, with 1 being stock and 5 being wake the neighbors loud, putting this right in the middle. Now one of the biggest benefits here of this system will be the ground clearance that you gain thanks to the forward muffler design and the higher cut tailpipe. Now normally you would have that large muffler in the rear with the tailpipe hanging pretty low, lower than the rear bumper, and in most cases when you do depart off of an obstacle, even if you are departing off of a smaller one, you have the potential to hit or either just cause damage to your exhaust. As a result of the high flow straight through style S-type muffler, this will mildly increase the volume and deepen the tone for a bold sound at startup with some aggressiveness while getting into the higher RPMs without the rasp and without the drone due to Borla's no drone guarantee. This will feature 2 3/4 inch mandrel bent T304 stainless steel as far as the construction is concerned, which will offer very smooth and direct airflow and optimal rust resistance with such a high quality stainless steel. Now again, the muffler will have a forward high center positioning and the tailpipe will be shortened and stop at the rearmost hanger to completely eliminate any potential damage. Now on the topic of hangers, they will also include factory style ones for an OE style fit and include the 1 clamp that you need for install. At the top flange here, you'll be using the factory one, and they even have an included heat shield to protect the underbody of your Jeep. This will come in at about $650, and comparing this to other choices, it's not going to be over the top when it comes to volume, specifically being at that mid-range point to add a noticeable increase without getting too loud if you don't want that. Now this also uses top-notch stainless for ultimate protection, which is worth the extra couple bucks if you want a well-built system that you can count on for longevity and, of course, that off-road performance when it comes to the setup. Now install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should take you about an hour or so to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. Now if you don't want to tackle this yourself, this is eligible for our recommended shop install program, where we will set you up with a shop that's local to you at a set low cost, and you can check out more information about the program on the product page if you'd like. However, if you do plan on installing this yourself or are just interested in how this goes onto the JL with a detailed breakdown, we can head over to the shop and check it out on ours right now.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a ratchet, a pry bar, an exhaust hanger remover tool, a flathead screwdriver, and 11, 13, and 15 millimeter sockets. What's up guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our Wrangler, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is hop over to the driver's side. Right behind our muffler, we have a clamp that will take a 15 millimeter socket to loosen up. Now with our clamp loosened up, we can come to our hanger. We have 1 on each side of the muffler. It might be a little bit hard to see, but we're gonna get an exhaust hanger remover tool in there to pop our hanger out of place. I've got a pole jack on the muffler to support the weight of it once we pop this off. And now I'm gonna get a pry bar in there just to work that the rest of the way out. And now I'm just going to try to wiggle this out the rest of the way by hand, working it back and forth. And then with that popped out, you can do that same thing on the other side. So now with our driver and passenger side hangers popped out, we can remove our pole jack. We're going to wiggle our muffler back and forth to pull it off of our pipe right where we disconnected our clamp. Now with our muffler removed, we'll follow our exhaust forward to this clamp. We've got a 13mm bolt that we'll grab a 13mm socket to undo. With that loosened up, we can slide our clamp back. Now with our clamp loosened up, we're going to take a flathead screwdriver to pry back this little clip that's holding our clamp to our exhaust pipe. We'll grab a flathead screwdriver and pull back on that. And now with our clamp popped off, we can slide our pipe off of our flange. And now we can come back to our one remaining hanger and we'll take an exhaust hanger remover tool to pop it out. So now with everything disconnected, I'm going to remove the pole jack and then we're going to move this whole pipe backwards so that we can clear the frame here. And then we can pull back forward at an angle to fully remove our pipe. So now we're going to install our heat shield included in the kit. We're going to be reusing the stud here and here, but I'm going to be loosening up all of these nuts here on the driver's side to be able to pull it down enough to get our heat shield in there. So I've got an 11mm socket and I'll pull these all out. Now with those out, we can pull down on our heat shield to get the gap that we need to slide our new one in. This is our orientation where it's going to be going. So now I'm just going to slide this in here. We'll get it slid over our studs. And raise our factory heat shield back up and start threading on our nuts. And then we'll tighten those all back down with that same 11mm socket. So now we can install our front pipe. We'll raise this up into place. Got a pole jack here so that we can straighten it out and also support the weight of the back of the muffler. And then we can grab our clamp, slide this over the flange. And now we can straighten out our clamp and take our 13mm socket to tighten it down. Next, we can take our over axle pipe and slide our clamp over the end. And then we can slide this up and over our axle towards the rear. And then we can connect that to our muffler pipe. And now we can get our rod up and into our rubber isolator. Next, we can get our back hanger into our isolator. I'm gonna take a pry bar against the frame to pry our pipe over to the side. I'm gonna pull the other way on our isolator. And now we can go back to our clamp, get our exhaust straightened out, and take a 15mm socket to tighten it down. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Borla Climber S-Type catback exhaust for your 2018 and newer 2.0 liter Jeep Wrangler JL 4-door. Thank you for watching, and for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.